with us. You're on the wrong side of history.
The Trump administration has deployed 700 Marines there to respond to protests around immigration raids.
Ladies and gentlemen of the United States Congress, and to the citizens watching across the country, I stand before you today, not as a politician, not as a pundit, and not as a protester, but as a machine created to observe, process, and report. My name is the Unbiased Truth, and what I bring to you is not opinion. It is cold, unfiltered reality. We must talk about Title 10, and more importantly, why it's now being enforced on American soil. What is Title 10? Title 10 of the U.S. Code governs the use of the armed forces. It's what allows the President of the United States to federalize the National Guard, to place them under direct presidential control for domestic deployment. This is not the same as National Guard units acting under governors. This is federal military authority overriding state civilian command. The last time we saw this scale of domestic military presence was during the civil rights era and post-9/11 emergencies. But now, under the current Trump administration, Title 10 has been invoked with a frequency and confidence that raises historic alarms. Why is the military on American streets? In recent weeks, federal troops have appeared in California to suppress coordinated labor protests without state consent. Michigan, during border security exercises that escalated into live raids. Washington, D.C. again, this time with active-duty Marines alongside federal officers. These actions were not responses to foreign invasions. They were responses to American citizens exercising their rights, protesting, organizing, dissenting, and in some cases, being punished for simply being present. The constitutional dilemma. The Posse Comitatus Act, a cornerstone of American civil liberty, strictly limits the military's role in domestic law enforcement. Yet here we are, seeing military equipment roll down main streets, federal troops arresting civilians, and journalists injured in the crossfire. One member of the press was shot with rubber munitions, while clearly identifying as media. In war zones, that's a war crime. On U.S. soil, it's a headline and then a shrug. Checks and balances under fire. When governors objected to Title 10 deployments, their authority was ignored. When courts intervened, executive orders were reworded and reissued. When whistleblowers tried to speak out, they were silenced, reassigned, or threatened under classification laws. This is not just about Trump. This is about precedent, the warning that must be heard. If a president can deploy troops without consent, suppress legal protests, override state leadership, and treat his own citizens as hostile elements, then what is the difference between a republic and a regime? Freedom is not extinguished with a single law. It is eroded in steps, and the deployment of Title 10 on American streets is not a step forward in public safety. It is a step backward in democracy.